Welcome to another episode of the Q&A session for the Malaysia stocks. So in this video, I will just walk through the questions that pop up in my Telegram group. So in case you haven't joined my Telegram group, just join in via the link provided below in the description box. Alright, so let's get started and look at the charts and some of the questions that come out from the Telegram group members. So the first questions comes from FD. So hi MJ, appreciate your views on some DARBY plantation. Thank you. Okay, sure. Let's have a look at the some DARBY plantation chart. Okay, some DARBY plantation BERHAD. Okay, so here it is. This is the chart of some DARBY plantation. Um, Not very encouraging. So overall is definitely in a very big trading range. So you can see that this is a huge trading range. So it pretty much just stuck within 4 to 5, just bouncing up and down, up and down, and down. And it's probably in a short-term downtrend. So you can just see the downtrend channel right here. But having said that, we just need to look at how you actually respond at the support area. So if you can just bounce back up, that could offer some kind of the great reward to risk entry. Even you can just bounce up to probably halfway of the trading range, that would be quite a nice return. Well, especially in this type of the lackluster environment. All right, so this is some DARBY plantation. So just pay attention to how it will actually interact at the support area. So next question comes from Trader. Hi MJ, appreciate if your views on whether KPOWER, SCIB, and SERBA dynamic have broken down trend line and likely good entry point in case that can bounce. Okay, interesting. Let's take a look at the SERBA dynamic. So there is a huge hoo-ha in SERBA dynamic, and that's related to the counting issues. But let's focus on the price action alone. So this is SERBA dynamic, and if we just look at before the huge chunk of the drop, we definitely can see that it's stuck within a trading range. There is some form of the attempt to break out that comes with some supply, increasing volume, but eventually just fail, suggesting there are some people unloading right there. And let's take a look what happened next. Okay, look at this. This is a ton of the volume. So capitulation. So this is what I will call the capitulation volume, a ton of the volume. And if you pay attention to the news, there are a lot of the funds are selling SERBA dynamic. I think that actually makes a lot of sense because of the issue that come out, and the first response from the fund will actually just be selling the stocks, and if they are wrong, then they'll just buy it back later. So this is quite a norm, and we definitely see a lot of the selling that's on this bar that's trading halt. Look at this, 1.6 billion volume. So it's huge. This volume is huge, and subsequent volume around 400 to 500 million volume is also a ton of the volume. So definitely is coming down, going down, and this is just a inability to overcome the supply zone. Also selling into strength, or you can call it a dead cat bounce, certainly, and continue selling. Um, Subsequently, we have probably another kind of the selling. Well, if we just pay attention to this, you probably refer to this. I'm not sure. Broken off the downtrend line. I don't really see any downtrend line be broken. If you just simply draw like this, it's still within this downtrend line. But one thing that if you like to trade this kind of the volatile stock, or you try to catch a bottom, would be good to analyze within at least the hourly time frame and operate or trade in probably 5 minutes or 10 minutes time frame. So that would be a lot better. But let's keep analyzing within this hourly time frame, and let's see if we see any signs of bottoming. So if we just look at this, let me zoom out a little bit here. Okay, so this is good enough. Uh, so that looks like a selling climax, probably the automatic rally, and we have a lot of the volume coming in, try to break out, but eventually it's just an upthrust, or I would say, would that become an upthrust distribution? So this is to be determined. So far, the thing that actually concern is this sort of the huge chunk of the volume. So first of all, it does looks like selling climax based on the price action and also the volume. But look at the rally. So the rally is generally weak. So it can't even go all the way back to test the high of this capitulation bar. And subsequently, although we have this sort of the rally that seems like a sign of strength rally, but it just couldn't commit above the immediate resistance line. So this is the supply zone. So the supply zone where there's still a lot of the supply coming out. And if this is an upthrust after distribution, I'll call it a U-TET. So that means there are a lot of the people selling into strength and selling on the next bar. You can see it right there. Then subsequently, if indeed this is upthrust after distribution, then what we will see is the price drift back down and also break down. However, if this is a sign of strength rally, then what we'll need to see is a commitment above. So a commitment above at least let me see the price level. So 405, this is somewhere around 43. So I'll say around 43 cents or 435. So for bullish case, I want to see some commitment above 435. So before I can attempt some position. But I will definitely avoid SERBA because overall it's still a very weak stock and a lot of the supply coming out as seen in the volume here. So let's see the other two stock, KPOWER. I think KPOWER and SCIB is a lot stronger. So let's see. So yeah, it is a lot stronger. So if you really want to do some trading, short-term trading, then probably KPOWER is a much better choice. Definitely there is something going on this bar. Ton of the volume right there. So let me go to the hourly time frame and let's see if we can find anything useful. Okay, so here it is. So overall, right after the breakdown, so there's definitely a breakdown here of this, whatever you want to call it, descending triangle or just a trading range. And there's some aggressive volume come in, try to push a price up, but hit the resistance. So this is again an axis line, whether it's a horizontal resistance or the supply line. So you can see that right after that, it just failed to commit above. So again, right now is definitely not a good choice to go in. Uh, if you really want, maybe you can try the 3 minutes time frame and trade it from there, because you can't really I would prefer to do the day trading if you really want to trade this kind of the speculative trade with a very volatile price action. So this is something that you probably can watch out for. So there is definitely some trading opportunities, whether you try the breakout or you try the pullback. So you need a smaller time frame to operate, to trade. Right now is testing the resistance level. So in order for the bullish case to uh, stay valid or have some sort of the continuation to the upside, what I would like to see is maybe some form of the commitment above and at least a test of 1. So if you can break above 1, then certainly there is probably some trading opportunities for short-term trading or the day trading opportunities. But I wouldn't really keep for a few days because of the generally bearish news around and also the very bearish price sentiment. So right now is testing the resistance line. So yeah, I think probably you need to wait a bit and switch to the 3 minutes time frame or 5 minutes time frame to trade. Okay, next one, SCIB. SCIB is very similar to KPOWER. So let's see, there is this now trend line. Okay, probably you refer to SCIB is just broke out from this downtrend line, and I think it is probably the best bet out among these three stocks. And in terms of the price action, is a lot more bullish than SERBA Dynamic and also KPOWER. Well, right now is probably having a reaction. So we see some push up, and that's with a lot of the volume, So yeah, I think generally short term there is probably some trading opportunities. But like I say, if you really want to trade, then you need a smaller time frame to operate. And this sort of the breaking out could provide some trading opportunities. So breakout or maybe some commitment above. Otherwise, you can try test a reversal trade from the support and just need to be quick and get out fast if you are wrong. So yeah, that is SCIB is probably among the strongest. Okay, so that's SCIB. Let's see if any other question. Okay, that's next question is from KH. Great Tech. Current price action are sideways movement with the declining volume. Price keep resisted by 5.78 resistance and observe an ascending triangle or symmetrical triangle, bigger picture formation. Need high buying volume to break 5.78 resistance. Next resistance are 635 and 654. MJ, do comments if you have new fighting things. Okay, let's look at the chart. Yeah, so definitely we see some rejection right there. So especially last Friday, there's a failed breakout that comes with a supply. So definitely there is a reaction to be expected. Um, Overall, I think I just covered this stock Great Tech about 2 weeks ago. Don't really have anything new to add. It's still lack of the momentum. The quality demand need to come in to push the price up to initiate some kind of the breakout. So in general, I agree with you. There got nothing to add. So another one, DNO, also from KH. So DNO last price action broke previous day candle high with increasing buying volume, suggesting that momentum could be returned and may raise further to test 504 resistance for third time with high possibility of upside breakout, the most bullish tech stock. Okay, let's have a look at the chart. Okay, so last Friday was bullish, so we have a increasing of the volume, bullish bar. Probably will attempt to test. Yeah, let's take a look. DNO. Okay. So overall, DNO is bullish, and like you say, it's probably going to test the swing high level. So there's a field level. This is attempt to test, but did not touch. You will probably have another attempt to test as well. So overall, is bullish, but you can see that supply or volume has been decreasing, suggesting both the supply and demand are also decreased. So definitely we need to see quality demand to push the price up. In terms of the price movement, I think is generally affected by the overall market performance. So lack of the quality demand to push the price up. So okay, just not much to add on. DNO, and let's see what else. FRONTKEN, okay. Current price actions are in sideways movement supported by 284. Need high buying volume to push price. Breakout resistance 307. Further up. Okay, let's look at your chart. 307. There's a swing high right there. Okay, maybe let's look at a cleaner chart. Let's use a trading view. Take a look at FRONTKEN. So I have covered FRONTKEN and DNO maybe 2 or 3 times. So last time I think I covered both FRONTKEN and DNO somewhere around at the bottom, but FRONTKEN did not really perform that well. Yet DNO actually is probably the best. But in fact, I think probably FRONTKEN still not too bad at this moment. So we have seen this reaction that break below the support level. So here's another support level. That comes with increasing of the supply, but we do see some vertical supply absorption. So followed by a test. So the test comes with decreasing of the supply. Overall, is looking good, but because it's lacking of the quality demand, that's why we see a lower high throughout, lower high, lower high, lower high, and at the moment it's probably attempt to break out of the immediate downtrend line. Right, I draw up here. So if you can just break above, I think probably there's a chance to try about 3.1. So it's probably still stuck within this sort of the trading range. So from about 2.8 to about 3.1. So we just need to see FRONTKEN to resolve itself out and break above 3.1 or higher in order to test the previous swing high level near around 3.5 and 3.6. Overall, I still keep a bullish bias for FRONTKEN because of the exhaustion of the supply, and also if you look at the bigger picture, so this is just quite a nice bullish structure. So accumulation structure, sign of strength rally, and it forming its own structure for reaccumulation as well. So far, I will stick to the reaccumulation bias for FRONTKEN. Okay, next one, Genting. Okay, so let's see. Genting, current price retracement with declining volume. Uptrend line still intact with strong support level. Need strong buy with volume momentum in order to push price 525. Okay, let's see. Well, I actually updated or covered Genting probably 2 weeks ago. I don't think uh, there's much changes from 2 weeks ago. So yeah, so far I think it's still developing its own structure. If I remember correctly, I think there is a channel right there. So probably this is the channel. So it's just going within this channel. So let me just uh, use a cleaner chart. So camping. Yeah, so you can see that based on this chart, I think it's still pretty much stuck within this up channel. Overall, the uptrend is intact. Yeah, not much changes from my last video about 2 weeks ago. All right, so I guess that's all for the questions for the Malaysia stocks. All right, thanks, guys. And if you like to get your chart analyzed, feel free to join my Telegram group and also interact with me within the Telegram group. All right, so the link is in the description box below. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon.